testified. And today when we speak to our young men about don't testify, they don't know what you're talking about. And we had a person visiting South Africa that in one of our local institutions, he said that most Muslims in the world today, including the majority of Muslims of South Africa, are upon a false aqidah. Can you imagine it? It's aqidah of Imam Abdurragman al-Ashari and Imam Abu Mansur al-Maturidi. When did you get home, Isaac? Did I see you in Tarina?
طيب.
Maybe I saw Junaid and I thought of you. And Abu Bakr. Alhamdulillah. Our visit to Tarim was a beautiful one. We spent some time with Uzair, and with Abu Bakr and Junaid and all the other students from Cape Town, South Africa. One of the beautiful programs that we attended in Habib Umar's home was a lecture by Habib, and he mentioned and shared some things therein that was of a personal nature. And in the 12 plus years that I've been studying with Sayyid Habib Umar and attending his classes and programs, I haven't seen him make such references to himself. And he spoke of what happens when one places his trust in Allah. And he made several examples. And the point that he was really driving home is that all honor, the beginning to the end of honor, real honor in this world, in the barzakh, in the year after, is in deen. Your connection to Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And there is no honor at all in anything that stands against Allah and Allah's Rasul. And that manifests itself in various forms and various ways. True honor is your deen. Not in things of this dunya. Not in power, not in governments, not in political parties. True honor is deen. And after making several examples, Habib Umar began speaking about his father, Habib Muhammad bin Sani bin Hafid. And he said that his father is an example of where true honor lies. Because his father lived during the communist regime in Yemen. So communism, which came from Russia, spread to different parts of the world. One of the areas that they took control of was Hadramaut, southern Yemen. Like, it's unbelievable how a false ideology like communism reaches, which is against deen, against religion, against Allah. Right? Find themselves in the south of Yemen. And religious programs are almost brought to an end. The only real program of religion that exists now in Hadramaut, including the city of Tarim, is Jumu'ah that happens once a week. And the senior scholars in Tarim are all monitored. They are all monitored. Their actions are monitored. Their doings are monitored. So anything that they have in classes of knowledge, Quran, circles, recitation, Mawlid, you name it, everything must be done secretly. Cannot be known by the ruling party. The only semblance of religion that is actually allowed is Jumu'ah. And one of the people that's on the top list, the watch list of this communist regime is Habib Umar's father, Habib Muhammad bin Sani bin Hafid, the Mufti of Tarim. And Habib gave examples of how they tried dishonoring him. But as much as they tried to dishonor him, he was only honored. He was only honored. Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, rahimahullah ta'ala, used to say that the difference between us, people of the truth, versus people of falsehood is janaiz. He says, al-farq baynana wa baynahum al-janaiz. You want to see the people of the truth versus the people of falsehood? Come and look at the janazas. See how many people you find at their janazas and see how many people you find at the janazas of people of the truth. And that's remarkable. And how Umar spoke about those people that persecuted his father and tried to degrade and dishonor his father. At the end of the day, they were the ones who were dishonored. And they were the ones who were disgraced. And he says he can recall that when the communist regime fell, then those same people who were ruling Yemen, south of Yemen, and ruling the city of Tarim and calling the shots, no one would greet them, no one would shake their hands, no one would look at them. They were completely disgraced. And he said that if you're looking for honor in things of this world, you will find honor for a short time. But the minute the party changes, today you're the ruler, tomorrow you're living in the gutters. Nobody cares who you are. Nobody cares what you say. Nobody cares what you do. Because you sought honor in dunya. And honor can only really be sought in, can really be found in deen. So he said that one of the things he said, and I said I haven't heard him mention things, I guess, he said, those people who are ruling, some of them who are ruling, and disgraced my father, persecuted my father, their situation today is that Allah has decreed it as such that their sustenance comes through my hands. Can you imagine that? I mean, actually said, Allah made it such that their sustenance comes through my hands. If I want to be funny with them, they won't have food on the table. But they were yesterday calling the shots and telling people, thinking that they're people of honor and they will decide what gets done and what does not get done and giving commands and taking decisions. Now we are there. And then he said, fast forward a few years after my father was abducted and killed. He said, my mother passed away, Habib Muhammad's mother, Habib Umar's mother. And he said that when his mother passed away about 2 years ago, Hubaba Noor, no Hubaba, Zahra, he said that the Mufti of Russia called Habib Umar. And he told Habib, and Habib said, Russia was the seat of communism. It was born there. It was the capital of communism. Have you actually mentioned what's the capital of Russia? Moscow. Have you said Moscow? In Moscow, the Mufti of Moscow. He said which was the seat of capitalism, from where communism, where it was born. He said that when Habib Muhammad was abducted and killed by the communist regime, when his wife passed away a few years later, the Mufti of Moscow, Russia, called me and he told me that he instructed every imam in every masjid throughout Russia, including Moscow, when it came Jummah, they had to pray Salatul Janazah upon the wife of Habib Muhammad bin Salim bin Hafid. They said, where does honor come from? And he made these type of examples for you and I to appreciate and understand that if you are looking for honor in wealth, if you are looking for honor in possessions of this dunya, if you're looking for honor in the car that you drive, if you're looking for honor in your bank balance, you may find honor and people may respect you. But when Allah takes that bank balance away, and then what? Allah takes the car away, then what? When Allah takes your authority away, then what? When Allah takes your power away, then what? Analyze indeed. analyzing your connection to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And therefore, we must realize that while our honor lies in deen, our role models and the people we should be looking up to, and the people we should be taking from, and the people whose clothing we should be hanging on, are those people of deen, people of taqwa, people of salah, people of tahajjud, people of qiyamul layl, people of crying in front of Allah, people of da'wah, people of knowledge, people that have sacrificed everything for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are people of honor, and we should be attached to such people. Now, I find it strange when people take issue when you speak of the pious, speak of the salihin, speak of the sahaba, speak of the anbiya alayhim salatu wasalam. You know, that's all. That's people of honor. That's our role models. We shouldn't be looking at anyone but them. May Allah allow us to connect to them. May Allah allow us to be with them. May Allah allow us to spend time with them and benefit from them. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. What time is Maghrib? 12:30. MashaAllah. What you reading? Can read something you haven't read for a long time. What page are you on?
Page 113.
Just for the barakah. So we know we continued, made a start, inshallah.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه من كتاب سعادة المحال والمحيا شرح قصيدة إذا شئت أن تحيا للعلامة عمر بن محمد بن سالم بن حفيظ رحمه الله وحفظه الله تعالى ونفعنا الله بعلومه وبعلومكم وبعلوم سائر الصالحين آمين. وصفي من الأكدار سرك إنه إذا ما صفى أولاك من معنى من الفكر تهية الأسرار للفيض الرحمن. وصفي بصدق الوجهة وحسن العمل بما تقدم. وصفي من الأكدار سرك والأكدار جميع المحرمات والمكروهات والشبهات والغفلات والفضول الشهوات والمباحات، فهذه هي الأكدار. وتصفية السر منها بعدم الحديث فيها وعدم الفكر فيها وعدم الرغبة فيها وعدم الالتفات إليها وعدم النظر إليها وعدم الوقوف عند شيء منها. وصف من الأكدار سرك لا تفكر في شيء من هذه الأشياء ولا ترغب فيها ولا تمل إليها ولا تقف عندها ولا تطلبها، فإذا فعلت ذلك فقد صفى سرك من الكدر. وإذا صفى السر من الكدر وهو باطن القلب المعنى الشريف التي آتاه الله الإنسان ويعبر عنه بالقلب وله خصوصيات، فمعنى من باطن القلب قد يطلق عليه الروح، ومعنى من باطن الروح يطلق عليه السر. ويعمر القلب بالمعرفة والروح بالمحبة والسر بالمشاهدة، كما يعمر الجسد بظواهر الطاعات وأنواع العبادة الحسيات. فإذا صفى السر عن إرادة غير الله فلم يعد يفكر في معصية صغيرة ولا كبيرة ولا من مكروه من المكروهات ولا في غفلة من الغفلات عن الله تعالى ولا في شبهة ولا في فضول الشهوات المباحات. إذا سلم من الالتفات إلى ذلك والفكر فيه فقد صفى. وإذا صفى تهيأ للفكر الأسمى، والفكر الأسمى انكشاف عين البصيرة ليشاهد بالسر حقائق ومعاني لا تشاهد بالأبصار. قال الله تعالى: فإنها لا تعمى الأبصار ولكن تعمى القلوب التي في الصدور. وقال في الآية الأخرى: ونطبع على قلوبهم فهم لا يسمعون، فكأنها لا تصم الآذان لكن تصم القلوب التي في الصدور ونطبع على قلوبهم فهم لا يسمعون. وكذلك قوله ولكن تعمى القلوب التي في الصدور أي تعمى الأبصار التي في القلوب، مشيرا إلى حقيقة من السمع والبصر في هي منهية عن من كفر منفية عن من كفر وعن من اغتر. قال تعالى أفلم يسيروا في الأرض فتكون لهم قلوب يعقلون بها أو آذان يسمعون بها فإنها لا تعمى الأبصار ولكن تعمى القلوب التي في الصدور، مع أن السمع الظاهر والبصر الظاهر ربما كان قويا في أحدهم وربما شاهد به هذه الحسيات من مسافة بعيدة، وربما سمع خفي الأصوات بقوة السمع الذي عنده، لكن الله قال عنهم أفلم يسيروا في الأرض فتكون لهم قلوب يعقلون بها أو آذان يسمعون بها، فهذا الأبصار والسمع المنفي عنهم هو مثبت للمؤمنين وخواص المؤمنين وللمقربين ممن صفت أسرارهم. وصف من الأكدار سرك وباطنك ومجاري فكرك ولحظ بصيرتك.
نعم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، الحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. الإمام الحداد رحمه الله تعالى, after he made tashbiq, created within you a desire for Jannah, for crossing the bridge with the speed of lightning, for drinking from the pond of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, for your good deeds to outweigh your bad deeds, ila akhirih, that he mentioned at the beginning of this poem. He said that you need to do a number of things, and from those things he said, وَصَفِّ مِنَ الْأَكْدَارِ, he says, purify from all fault your sir, your inner secret. Sir could mean your inner in general. But the sir, as Shaykh Umar explained in the Shaykh, and the Mashayikh al-Tasawwuf mentioned that your sir is your inner secret. And they speak of, they say, first of all, purify from all fault your inner secret. For when your sir, your inner secret becomes pure, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you a deeper level of understanding. Right? معنى من الفكر. And this ma'na and deeper understanding and meaning of understanding is something that we may have touched on in the past. One of the signs of sainthood, once you purify your inner secret and you are now inspired by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Shaykh Umar in this verse speaks about purifying your secret and what your secret is. But before we come to that, he says that Haddad said, أولاك معنى من الفكر. What happens is that from the stages of sainthood, as a person's heart is unveiled, and he witnesses things upon their realities. وكذلك نري إبراهيم ملكوت السماوات والأرض. I often make the example of sometimes we only see things on the surface level and we don't realize the reality of things. Like a child living in a house doesn't see the piping in the wall and the wires in the wall from each switch to the light, from the light to the DV board. He doesn't see the plumbing, he doesn't see the mains, he doesn't see the sewage, he doesn't see everything that's happening within the house. He sees the light, he sees the switch, he sees the button. He doesn't see that there's a transmitter, he doesn't see that there's a motor. There's things happening within the home that the child doesn't see. So his view of things are subtle, very surface level. But there's haqa'iq, realities happening inside the world that the child doesn't see. Like that in all of existence, there are realities that you and I don't see. I see that the fire burns. I see certain things happening in this dunya, but the haqa'iq of how things happen, it's hidden from us. Sometimes Allah is agent, sometimes angels bring about certain things, sometimes the heart that is blind cannot witness these things, the realities. And therefore, when he says that when the sir is purified and Allah grants you deeper understanding, then one of the amazing things about the Salihin, the Awliya, Arifin Billah is that their counsel, their advice is so valuable because they see things different. They see what's happening on a deeper level. There's a brother that spoke at the Mawlid last night in Dar Mustafa from Scotland. And one of the things he said that, and he's an academic, the brother that spoke is an academic that studies at Cambridge University. He was studying with Shaykh at Cambridge University. So he's an academic. And he said that he was so taken aback by the fact, when he met Habib Umar for the first time, that this person is coming into the UK, London, and neighboring cities, which is foreign to him. Where is he coming from? The middle of the desert, in Yemen. And what does a Arab living in the middle of the desert in Yemen know about the finer details of the challenges that we are facing in the UK? And Habib came and he gave them advice, and it's as if he understood the complexity of every challenge they are facing and was able to give guidance. And he said he couldn't believe, how is it this man knows our situation better than me? Now, Haddad Taziyah or Fatimid like that, he says, purified from all fault, you're in a secret, for when it becomes pure, أولاك معنى من الفكر, Allah gives you understanding that is deeper, that is beyond that which meets the eye. So the Habib Umar, he said that, how do you purify your in a secret? Purify by direct yourself to Allah. بصدق الوجهة وحسن العمل. Purify your secret by perfecting your action upon that which has passed by. Dhikrullah, tilawat al-Quran, salah, grasp of knowledge, increasing in ilm. That's how you purify. Akhdar, he said, filth is all types of haram things, makruh things, dubious things, heedlessness, excessiveness in your desires is permissible. If you want to categorize Akhdar, purifying, he said, you want filth, he said 5 muharramat haram. It's makruhat, reprehensible. What's the definition of makruh? Now, when you leave it, you reward it. When you do it, you're not punished, but you stay away from it. That's how you purify that. Your sir, shubahat, things that are unclear. Alright? Can I engage in forex? Permissible? I don't want to get into it. If it's dubious, then I'd rather stay. If I'm uncertain, ulama are differing. Ghafala, heedlessness, the fourth category. A state of ghafla. And we are most of the day ghafla. Whenever I'm spending time on my social media, those are moments of ghafla. Heedlessness. And we don't realize time going by, or we're wasting time on social media. Ghafalat, then fudula shahawat. Right? Excessive desires. Like I'm spending unnecessary time on a super fancy car. And similar to that is mubahat, because a fancy car is permissible, but there's excessiveness. There's another category of what? Filth that I need to purify my inner secret from. Yeah, how do I purify? Those categories that I mentioned, those 5, how do you want to say that? You purify your secret by not speaking about these things. Haram, makruh, ghaflat, shubahat, ila akhirih. وعدم الفكر بها في thinking. What's that car you're always thinking, Masha?
Forgotten.
Thinking about it, I'm not purifying this.